Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. And I'm up again today with a KSCRAFT Let's Make This. And I'm using, go straight into the dies, one of the sentiments from this pack that I was sent last week, which is the word blessed. And I'm also using the bag topper, although not as a bag topper. And if you go onto KSCRAFT's page on AliExpress, you can certainly see it there being used as a bag topper. And I did actually cut the base out so that you can have a look at it, because it does emboss beautifully. And I've been, organised, and I've already cut my swans out and I've done them in Dollar Tree foam. So we've got some lovely dimension there. But as I said, I'm not using a bag topper, so I'm getting rid of the bag top bit. Now, if you wanted to, there's plenty of space in there where you can punch a hole and put some gold twine or ribbon or something through. Right, so I have cut my little swans there in Dollar Tree foam board. Now, the swans do come with beaks and eyes, and I have cut the beaks out in yellow. And if I can find my pickup tool, I can, kind of transport them over there so that you can see them. And they will glue on top of my birds. Now, the birdies also come with eyes and also an eyelash eye set, but I've decided I'm using my 1.5mm flat back black pearls to use as my eyes. I, as I said, did the sentiment because I wanted to use some glossy accents. I had to do it earlier and allow it to dry. And so what I did was I cut the background and I used some Distress Oxide in Broken China, which is this one here that my thumb is on. So I just went very palely around the edges. Is that a word? Palely. Who knows? We'll just make it up as we go along. And I put my glossy accents down on top, and then I cut it in gold glitter cardstock. Now, I don't know if it'll get close here. You can see it's all shiny except for the glitter, because I laid the glitter word down on top of the backer while the glossy accents was wet. And I just think it looks really nice. It's kind of porcelainy, if you know what I mean. And it looks like one of those really expensive embellishments. Really like that. And I also went ahead and used some Dollar Tree foam tape on the back. So we've got that. You can see it's going to be a quick one today. I cut a sheet of white cardstock, 3 1/4 by 6 1/4, which is just slightly, well, it's 1/4 of an inch bigger than a mini slimline, and I did that as my base. And then I used one of Nicole's mini slimline dies from previous hauls, which has got a very fine stitch edge there, and I'm using that as my top. Now, the cardstock is basic grey out of print. That's what the name of the pack is called, out of print. Available from Snap Click Supply. And today is Wednesday, which means it's Dollar Wednesday. So get yourself over to Snap Click Supply and see what new packs they've got for $1 today. So I'm going to use some Dollar Tree foam, which is this stuff, and pop this on here. So those will go with that. But first of all, we need to glue the beaks and the eyes onto the swans. So I'm just testing my glue bottle off camera so it doesn't squirt everywhere. I'm just making sure that it works. And if I show you the swan, if I can get a close-up, you can see there's a little sort of embossed dot where the eye goes. That's right, we've got really bad shadows today. I'm getting my hand in, trying to find the sweet spot. Maybe it won't show it, but it's there. There it is. Embossed eye. And I'm going to put a little dot of glue there. And I'm also going to put a little dot of glue there. And a little dot of glue just off the beak edge. Just enough to take that cardstock. And going back to my pickup tool, I am going to pick up those beaks and pop them on. Now I'm hoping I've got them straight. I think that they are. This one might be a little bit out, but I'll just touch it with my finger to see. I think that's it. So our swans are now beaked. And now I need to open up my 1.5mm flatbacks. These are available on AliExpress. And they are tiny. And I love these for my little critters. And then I use my 4mm flatbacks for my larger characters. So I've just got 2 of those out. And then I'll move that out of my way so that I don't throw them everywhere, because they wouldn't be much fun, you know, to pick up. And I just want to flick that. There we go. Get them over to the right way. And then just pick it up with your pickup tool and dot it right where that glue is, she says. And pop that down there. And then pop that one on there. So we've now got 2 swans and we've got 2 eyes. Now, there you go. So that little beak needs squishing down just a little bit. It's got this little eye on. I just really love those little flatbacks. They're just so easy to use. I've been using them for years. So that is my little swans done. And I'm now going to put some double-sided adhesive. I'll put one on each side there so that they're not touching. And just go onto the back. Now, I'm always saying, if I can move those up a little bit, use plenty. So, you know, whether it's foam pads or foam tape, just make sure you're using a lot. Especially if you live in a humid environment like me, because you don't want your card going all, you know, crinkly and wavy on you. And the foam will help to keep your stuff relatively straight. Right, trim that one off in there. And then what I tend to do is I go either side like that. And then I go in and do it like a frame. So I do both edges. Trim that off. And then if I know pretty much where, you know, the decoration of the card is going to be, then I tend to just, you know, go straight down the middle, because that's usually where it needs the most support. So you can see you do use quite a bit. You probably get 3 cards like this out of 1 roll of Dollar Tree foam tape. And of course you get 3 rolls in a pack, different widths, so relatively cheap, you know, $1.25 now. I keep wondering when they're going to change the name of the store. There we go. And I have actually heard some people say that you can buy stuff that costs more than $1.25 in Dollar Tree now. I think they said $4 or $5 or something like that. Right, so now my card base. I need to stand up for this because I need to see if it's straight or not. I've got a piece of cotton on there. I think that's it. Okay, so there's the base. And I've got my 2 little swans, which are going to be glued down flat. So I can move that up. So it's just a really pretty and sweet card. And there is actually a reason why I chose the Blessed. I'm just flipping this over. Now, I've got glue on the back here. Dollar Tree foam board does glue down really, really well. And I'm trying to kind of pop it so it's just underneath that stitching. Same here. When I look at the wet glue, I wonder if the eye is going to slide around inside of that wet glue. I'm going to stand up for this one, because I do want them relatively even apart. And you can, of course, put a little heart in there if you want to. But anyway, as I was saying, the reason that I chose the Blessed, which has already got its foam on the back, is because all those wavy bits, you know, I just thought they looked like water. So I thought the sentiment would be the water for my swans. And this really was a quick card. I'm just trying to get the back off my tape, which isn't always so quick, but never mind. And then I need to stand up so I can position this again. So I want to go part way up the body. I'm not going to push down just yet, but I think that's it for me. So I've got my swans, I've got my sentiment, but my sentiment is also almost like water, which is why I did it in that pale blue. And I just think that's really pretty. As you can see, the eyes aren't quite dry yet. There's still a bit of wet glue going on there. But I just think that's really simple and sweet. I love that. Right, I thank you so much for joining me today. And as I said, I'm going to be up with a Panalisa design team haul tomorrow. So you have an absolutely awesome day. Thank you so much for watching. And as usual, all links below. Bye.